So I've been wondering, what is feminism all about?
Why are you asking me? Is it because I'm a woman?
Maybe. Is that wrong?
No. Not exactly wrong, but tokenizing a woman to be a stand-in for feminism is a little reductionist and pretty literal.
Okay, fine. Sorry. But can you tell me more about it anyway?
Fine. What do you want to know?
I keep hearing there were waves. What does that even mean?
Well, first off, the waves are referring to an American feminism. It's not the same in every country since women in every country are different.
I guess that makes sense.
For example, the first woman to vote in Australia was in 1902, but in America, it didn't happen until 1920.
Okay.
So in the US, there are said to be three major waves of the feminist movement. The first two waves were united by a somewhat common goal. The first wave was about the suffrage movement and obtaining voting rights for women. The second wave was about obtaining access and equal opportunity in schools and the workplace. After that, some jerks thought women had attained access to the workplace and that's all we needed. They were the post-feminists. But the third wave of feminism was in some senses a reaction to the second wave and the post-feminists. Third wave feminists said that race-related subjectivities have been missing from feminist politics.
That all sounds pretty complicated.
Yeah, it is.
So who are some big first wavers?
Famous American feminists were Susan B. Anthony, Lucy Stone, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Sojourner Truth, and Lucretia Coffin Mott. While most of the white feminists were interested in getting the right to vote, Sojourner Truth asked, "Ain't I a woman?" to find out why there were different standards for black women compared to white women.
That sounds intense.
Yeah. To put it mildly, Truth was ahead of her time.
So this was really long ago, right? What was the second wave all about?
First wave was in the late 19th and early 20th century. Second wave was after World War II. It arose in response to the experiences of white middle-class women and as a response to the broadly patriarchal views of America that idealized domestic roles for women. This second wave began to drastically change social attitudes toward gender roles and recognized that women can be in the workplace are capable of careers outside the home. They repealed oppressive laws based on sex, and succeeded in integrating women into areas considered a boys' club, such as the military. A woman's choice to have a domestic life is now painted in a negative light, roles of housewife and mother still undervalued.
This is when women burned their bras and stuff, right?
Yeah. That and a bunch of other stuff. Betty Friedan's book The Feminist Mystique was pretty bold and said women were not happy to just be housewives and wanted more from life.
Women always wanting something.
Seriously?
I was joking. Chill out. This is really interesting.
Yeah. But it's not that funny. Anyways. In some ways, the second wave is still going on since in 2010, women are still earning 77.4% of what men make. And African American women make 67.7% while Latinas' earnings are 58.7%.
That sucks.
Yeah. Your comments are very insightful.
So how come the salary is different for different women? Sounds pretty unfair.
I am glad you asked. That's important to understand the third wave. In 1981, Gloria Anzaldúa and Cherry Moraga critiqued second-wave feminists for focusing on problems and positions of white middle-class women. So third wave is a reaction to the failures of second-wave feminism from the 1980s on. Third-wave theory usually incorporates elements of queer theory, anti-racism and women of color consciousness among other theoretical positions. It's about complicating gender categories and gender relations.
Sounds very postmodern.
Good observation. Chandra Mohanty Syed. There is no such thing as the third world woman, emphasizing a non-essentialist definition of femininity. Judith Butler's work on gender performativity emphasizes the importance of understanding discursive power and the ambiguity of gender.
Wow. That's a lot of information.
Yeah.